Apple's MagSafe power banks are great, but they're like $100. And honestly speaking, they kind of look bland. So when I got my hands on this beautiful looking power bank that comes equipped with Qi2, I had to make a video about it. So here is the Benks Armor Go, the Qi2 version. But as with most things, there are trade-offs for sure when compared to its competitors. Let's get into it. First things first, the unboxing. The packaging is so premium. The box shines and the feel itself lets you know you're in for a treat. Benks made sure that even getting a power bank feels like an experience of its own. When I pulled the product out, holding it in my hands made it feel like almost premium. One side of it is this intricate pattern with bronze highlights. The name of the color that I got, they call it Dawn Light Gold if you're looking for it. The other color option is black. Then we like to see USB-C because everything else is laughably outdated at this point. The back shows the Qi2 ring with some extra stuff on it. Coming back to the feel of the product, there is this subtle ridge feel to the back of it. Something that they call a ramid fiber texture. I hope I'm saying it right. The front where the magnet sits is this brushed metal surface. Hard to describe really, but feels really solid. Then all around there's aluminum casing, which means strong and light. Moving on to use now. I've taken it to quite a few places. Road trip to Seattle, just out with the boys, going to class, stuff like that, you know. Overall held up pretty well, except for one time it's never really died on me, and even that one time that it died was because I left it in the car overnight, so it wasn't fully charged when I left for the house the next day. I've charged my own phone, I've lent it to friends. One actually almost took it home and I had to track him down that day because I still need it for the video, you know. Anyway, I also charged my AirPods with it one time just for the lulz. I don't know how fast it charged them, but I do know for a fact that it did charge them, so that's a win, I guess. That reminds me, snapping the power bank onto your phone does trigger the MagSafe animation, which is always a plus. And that sound is just so satisfying. I also took a bunch of screenshots to see how fast the phone is going to charge up until 80%. To get an estimation of the wattage, here are a few. First one is of the phone at 20% with the display showing over an hour to get to 80. I'm gonna spare the math, but this is just under 10 watt charging. Then there's one of the phone at 32% with 52 minutes left to 80%. That means about 9.5 watt output. Another one here which would make the output 7.1 watts. And then there are two more where the output comes out to around 5.5 watts. And when I was tracking all of this stuff, is the first time I used the charger for that long in one go. So it did get slightly warm, not enough to really bother me, but it was enough to notice when I was actively looking for it. Anyway, the selling point for Qi2 is that you get 15 watt charging. But as you just saw, the max I got was 10 watt. So what gives? So 15 watt charging doesn't mean 15 watt charging the whole time. Usually your phone is able to charge at this max capacity around 30-40% charge. Up until that, like leading up to it, it's going to be lower and then peak at 30-40, and then after that it's still going to start dropping off. And why that is, like, that's a whole nother video. For now, you just need to know that 15 watt is not what you get always. And yeah, as you must have noticed, even at 32%, I still got around 10 watts of output, and there could be multiple reasons for that. Let me walk you through them. I was using a case which can mess with the magnet alignment. Even though the animation triggered, it can still keep messing with the alignment. I also have a skin under that case, so that could be another reason for, you know, there's another layer in the middle. Then heat is another factor. If your phone detects that it's getting too warm or too hot, it is gonna slow how fast it's charging to, you know, not let it overheat. Also, I have the iOS 26 beta installed, which is always gonna mess with how your phone functions, probably how fast it heats up and stuff like that. So basically, even after all of this, a 10 watt output is pretty good and means that this thing is legit. Before I continue, I do need to tell you I was sent this for free by Benks, but they are not paying me for this video and they don't get any say in what I end up putting in the video. That being said, I do have a link and a code for this in the description and other chargers that I'm going to be talking about soon. It helps support the channel. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about the competitors. I have a few MagSafe chargers lying around. I have one from Belkin, which is an Apple certified power bank. Then one from Portronics, which is an Indian brand that you don't really have to worry about because it's not Qi2. It's not even Qi1, so The other one that I have is from Belkin, is the Qi2 5K with the stand. It's functionally the same but with half the battery capacity and a stand. Apple sells this in store for $60, which is the same as this one, but again, you gotta remember, this is only half the capacity as this one. So you get double the capacity in this for basically the same price, which is insane. As for the stand, let's talk about that. I mean, you saw the Benks Armor Go doesn't have a stand, which is a big minus as far as I'm concerned. Before I got the Benks, I used to take my Belkin to the gym because I used to use the stand to put my phone on a corner and have my workout app open to be able to log my sets and everything easily. Also, it is more convenient to travel with a MagSafe charger with a stand on it because you can put it on airplane trays and stuff. But truth be told, my Belkin has died on me multiple times because again, half the capacity. So I've stopped taking it and replaced it with Benks because it's not worth it to have the charger die on you just to have a stand. So I'll usually just put my phone on this and put it against something, and it is pretty sturdy so it doesn't fall over, tip over anything. Also, it's not a very smooth surface, so it kind of holds up. Apple does sell an exact spec matched Belkin charger that comes with the stand and a charging cable attached to it, but it's nearly 70% higher in price compared to the Benks, which is something I don't want to afford. So who is the Benks Armor Go even for? If you're on a budget, if you're looking for something that looks premium yet distinct, want a MagSafe charger to take on the go, and are okay going without a stand, well, it's for you. Again, links and code for everything in the description. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. PS out.